We back at it again. Another NXT preview. I mean, it's about time. It's been a minute since we've done an NXT preview, but we're gonna do one today. I'm excited. Casey, you excited? Justin, you excited? Are y'all excited about this or nah? I don't know.
I'm looking forward to it.
I don't, I don't know how to feel about it.
Unlike this guy, Perry, he doesn't know anything
I
that's
mean,
going
is
on.
it gonna live up to the hype of the black and gold? It's funny. It's funny. Quick story time before we hit the intro. I saw this girl with an NXT shirt on today, and I really wanted to be like, but do you like NXT 2.0 though? Because they kind of just changed the whole thing, and I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. Okay, so
Yeah, like I said to you before, or I said to all of you guys before. 1 week they had the black and gold brand, and the next week they switch over to 2.0 with like not even telling like why they switched. You know what I mean? It's like when they had SmackDown Live. Why they had to have the 2.0 at the end of it. I mean, it's terrible. Like just call it NXT and
let
the
me tell you my
coloring.
issue, Justin. Let me
Okay,
tell
tell
you
me
my
your
issue.
issue. Talk to
My
me.
issue is they gonna take away the takeovers. Now we just gotta talk about NXT Vengeance Day. Welcome in to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always, I mean always, he means always, they mean always, you mean always, she means always, an instant classic.
Danny Dunn! Hi, Jake.
We will see you on the flippity dippity. Oh yeah.
All right, what is
this man's
this man? This is why nice things we cannot have. What is going on, good people? DJ Bill here. You can't see us, but you just gonna have to guess when we come back in there. When Casey takes his stupid logo off the screen. DJ Bill here, Casey over there, and also we got Justino down at the bottom. No Adam tonight, but we're gonna talk about the NXT 2.0. Which it's weird. They just call it NXT Vengeance Day. They don't call it NXT 2.0 Vengeance Day. They just call it NXT Vengeance Day. So I don't understand it. I'm confused. I don't know why, but this is how they do us. Why? But anyway, what's up, good people? We're gonna talk about this NXT Vengeance Day, sponsored by 2.0. I'm excited going in, I think. We talked about this before. I feel like NXT really decided to go like full throttle with this ridiculousness that we call NXT 2.0. And I'm still having a hard time trying to figure out, do I like it? Do I hate it? Do I love it? Do I kind of like it sometimes every once in a while? Do I like this guy? Do I know who that guy is? Like, that's my struggle. That's my constant struggle right now. How do I feel about NXT 2.0? I know for darn sure that I really can't get into it like I want to. Even when Vengeance Day comes around, I'm like, oh man, this is going to be great. I'll watch this show and I'll probably forget to watch for a couple of weeks afterwards until the next special that Justin tells me about. And he's like, hey, we got to review this, right? Like that's usually how it goes. That's usually what happens. It's Justin's like, hey, this show's coming up. And I'm like, oh, well, okay. And they catch me off guard with them because even Casey and I, another thing coming up this week is Elimination Chamber. And Casey and I were talking earlier and we were like, why is Elimination Chamber 2 weeks after Royal Rumble? You're like, did you even have time to build up to anything at this point? Like, what the heck is going on? But anyway.
But are we surprised? Are we surprised though? It's WWE for you.
I tell you what, we're not entertained. Sorry, that was a joke. Anyway, are you not entertained? So we're not entertained. Okay. No, nobody. No. Okay.
That's terrible.
But I'm excited coming into this show. I don't know very much about what's going to go down in terms of this show. I think Justin is the one that's been watching more NXT 2.0 than Casey and I. But at the same time, I'm going to try to let this curb my excitement so I can try to get going on NXT again. Because for me, I'm like, I don't know how to feel.
I mean, I tried to ask our friend Justin to fill me in on what's going on in NXT before we came live, and this man told somehow I know less now than I did before I asked him. I don't know how that's possible, but I know less now than before.
You know what they call that? They call that the Justin way. I think they call it the Justin way.
Well, he did go around his division. He went to the left of his division. He went to the right, and they didn't make the Super Bowl.
and I just didn't come back. I did this thing come back around.
Tried it. Justin, what's your how you feeling about what's going to go down with this particular show? Because I think you know a little bit more than both of us. I also got to say, Walter is absolutely jacked. Like, I don't know what happened to Walter, but the man looking swole out here.
Hey,
Walter got the abdomens and everything, right? He's like,
who is that? Who's Walter?
Sorry, Gunther.
That's terrible.
Gunther Stark.
Like Adam said, they should have dropped the W and changed it to a V, because you know how they say his name in the UK, they call it Walter. They should have changed it to that.
That would have been too easy.
I mean,
like, why would they do that?
It would have been too easy.
They could have just, not change his name anyway. Like,
yeah, I mean, true.
Just take his name away. Just don't have a name.
No
That's
name.
Not blank.
Walter something.
That
guy. Who's that guy?
Poor Jake.
Jake.
Poor cousin Jake.
No, but I'm actually looking forward to the show. I mean, there's still some things on NXT, that I'm into, and some things I'm not into. A majority of it, I like, why are they doing what they're doing now? But I mean, it's Vince for you, because like we talked about in the past, Vince has more control over NXT now, and they're getting rid of all the wrestlers and stuff, and they're bringing in people. They want to make their own talent over there at NXT, and then eventually, they're going to get released, and then it's going to be a constant recycling. Them getting released, them signing a whole bunch of people, releasing them. It's just the same things that's going to keep happening over and over again, and they're just not building any new stars. So it's go ahead.
So I feel like, I hate to cut you off, but I feel like we talked about this too the last time we talked about NXT. Mm-hmm. That this may be like almost a blessing in disguise for NXT. I know wrestling fans are probably very upset that NXT is not the black and gold brand that we know and love, but I think at the same time, this could honestly be a blessing in disguise when it comes to NXT. And why is that? You're thinking, what the heck? They changed the whole friggin' motto. They changed it looks like Raw, SmackDown, Light, or something like that. But that may be the perfect thing for NXT, because we talked about the disconnect between bringing stars up from NXT as opposed to bringing stars up in other ways, like having them debut immediately or whatever, them having to adjust to the NXT style. But at the same time, the Raw and SmackDown style is completely different. So now with this style being a little bit more consistent across the board, it may be easier for guys to transition. Plus, I mean, it seems like they're going away from the indie feel of NXT and going for a more WWE feel, a more, we're going to create our own stars type of a thing, the next in line program and all that. It seems like they're going with that, which I think we hope it'll find us having a little more consistency when it comes to the NXT product. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think having Bruce over all of it, right, kind of gives them a little bit of wiggle room to say, okay, hopefully Braun Breaker, instead of being this star in NXT 2.0, won't end up being this absolutely overlooked Karrion Kross looking guy in, no offense to Karrion Kross, of course, in, on Raw or on SmackDown.
Well, and I think this will partially be a future discussion in an episode just in general about the what's going on with WWE, but I think to a point, like, a lot of fans don't think about the bigger picture of what's going on, and Adam and I kind of talked about this in one of our group chats that we have, like one of the 17 group chats we have, but like, for one, yes, Vince is like the face of WWE as like the CEO, but you have to always also take into consideration he has people above him now that he has to answer to, that he has to appease. He has to make sponsors happy. He has to make investors happy. All this stuff. So, for example, if investors or sponsors think that, oh, more money needs to be focused on this aspect of the show or this aspect of the company or whatever, you have to take money from somewhere else. And sometimes that's releasing guys that you're really not using, or, that, at the end of the day could probably do better things elsewhere. Which is another thing that we don't think about is like, would you rather see these guys be stuck at home for months at a time, not seeing them on TV, or would you rather see them be able to go and work a bunch of indie shows that they're not allowed, they're not able to do when they're under contract with WWE and they're not being used? But no, like as I was saying, it's more than just, put all the blame on Vince, because it's not. There's certain things that he can't really control anymore, and unfortunately, it is because we've been dealing with this ever since they went public. Honestly, I think that's something that they probably should have never done in this aspect, because now they do have to think about sponsors, think about making those people happy, because if they lose sponsors, they lose money. They lose all of these advertisements, things like that. So you kind of got to think about that as well.
Yeah, and I think too, it goes back to, before we get into the actual preview of things,
Cool.
Just piggybacking on that point, I think it goes back to, I watched a video not long ago. It was probably, I don't know, it was probably a week or two ago, and I was watching this video, and it was like, is WWE actually suffering that much? And then you think about all this, like Casey just said, the sponsorships that WWE has, right? It like the in-ring product and the weekly presentation of the show has almost become back seat, it's back burner almost to what we are accustomed to seeing, because now WWE's trying to make sure they're promoting Be a Star, Susan G. Coleman, right? Like those big the movie endorsements. I don't remember the zombie movie or whatever it was, but the movie endorsements that they have, because that's what's honestly making them the money nowadays, it feels like, as opposed to the in-ring product. And the crazy part is, we talked about it before, how much money they make off of the third hour, and everybody hates the third hour of Raw.
Well, and also to kind of add another point that I forgot to add in there, with the change in like NXT to, away from the indie style that we love, in a way, for the company, I think that's better, in the fact that if you're trying to attract the casual fan, you're going to hook them a little bit better with the over-the-top characters and the storylines and, the not so much in-ring stuff, because at the end of the day, casual fans aren't, going to want to sit down and watch a 15-minute match, a 20-minute match. They want to see the crazy characters. They want to see, the stuff that's going to grab their attention. So if you go more to the WWE style with NXT, I think maybe they're thinking that might get more casual fans to, flipping to the channel, stop and say, oh, what's this crazy character? Or what's going on here? As opposed to, just the indie style match, which is great. But, unless you're, a hardcore fan, we've seen it. You're not, going to be as inclined to stop and really watch the whole show. You may watch one or two matches, but it's gonna kind of. You're right, Rabbit. Best wrestling podcast.
And we don't botch, Rabbit. We don't botch. We crisp. We crisp in that. We crisp on this podcast joint. Okay, we crisp. We got to get Rabbit back on. I know. Shout out to Rabbit. I feel like he got the best overall, all around podcast, because they talk about everything pop culture, I think, over there on the Third Perspective. So shout out to Rabbit for coming by. I agree, Casey. I think there's just so many avenues that I think sometimes we forget when it comes to not only just wrestling, but just that company as a whole, they're just so big compared to everybody else, and to have that much money and try to figure out where to allocate it, I think is a tough task.
Well, and also, I another thing that we were talking about the other day with the whole trying to please everybody. At the end of the day, I don't think that's possible. I really don't.
No.
I don't think there's any way that you can possibly make everyone like your show or have something for everyone. I just don't think it's possible. And I think that's one issue that WWE tries to do too much is, trying to please everybody. When you gotta think, what is your biggest, who is your biggest viewer? What is your biggest age group or whatever? And for the longest time, it was the kids, and still to this day, in a way, it is the kids. Because I mean, how did you, me, Justin, Adam, how did we all fall in love with pro wrestling? It was when we were kids, So a lot of it is kind of the John Cena type stuff that we used to hate.
Yeah, I think so too. Justin, go ahead and pull up that. Do you have your screen share? You sent it to me.
I sent it to you. All
right. Well, I'll get it. I'll get it going. Let me look into this NXT card. I'm a little excited. I'm not gonna lie to you. I still feel like even NXT 2.0 hasn't disappointed yet. I think NXT 2.0 has still been good when it comes to the specials. The specials. Which this one is actually what I think you had said it was on Sci-Fi. It's not really like a Peacock exclusive special.
Yeah,
right? It's actually on Sci-Fi, right?
Because they're doing like what AEW does, which AEW is like when they were the first like to really start doing these like specials like on what's that, like they did Beach Break and stuff like a couple years ago, and then they did what are those other shows.
Well, I feel like NXT did it. I just feel like NXT they did the whole thing with I don't know, like I feel like NXT had a kind of horse in that race.
They had the Great American Bash.
I don't know if NXT necessarily started it per se. I think you can even go back to like Impact, who did some of those little specials like that.
Oh, Impact's actually the one who started
they
it.
probably may have inspired it, in a way.
Yeah.
But
I'm actually looking forward to this card though. Despite everything that's going on with NXT, these specials don't really, they usually don't disappoint. Even in the 2.0 era.
Right.
What was that? What was that last takeover? Not takeover. That last special we have. It was New Year's Evil, which I thought that was a pretty good show.
Yeah, I think so too.
And then we also had that one that was on Peacock. It was War Games.
What about that AEW Beach Break that had nothing to do with the beach at all? Not even a little bit.
They weren't even in a warm climate. Terrible. They weren't even like in Florida. The good old Florida.
I honestly thought the show was good, but I was so upset that there was nothing to do with the beach at all. I was like, what is sand?
They were in mid Cleveland. Cleveland.
They got beaches in Cleveland, I think.
Justin, break this one down for us. Let us know what.
Okay, so we got.
I think you the one that know a little bit more. So break it down for us.
Who these fellas is? Who these fellas?
Okay, so we got the Dusty Cup Tag Team Finals match.
What's the Dusty Cup? Explain that.
Dusty Rhodes. This is how many of these have they had? Like 4 or 5 or something like that. They've been doing these now.
You gotta act like I'm a brand new viewer that has never seen the show before, never watched wrestling before. You gotta explain it to me.
So we got MSK. They're gonna be going up
who's
against.
That? What's MSK stand for?
I never really understood what MSK stood for. They never really told us. I think it's something. Oh, something kids.
You tell me.
Man. I mean, they never really explained it. You know what I mean? Like, do you know what it
Cerebro.
stands for, Casey? You tell me. Explain to me. What does it
Cerebro.
mean? I am terrible.
No, I'm the one you're supposed to be explaining it to me.
They're gonna be going up against the Creed brothers.
Who the Creed brothers?
Julius
Are they,
and Brutus Creed. They're part of the Diamond Mind. They're part
are
of
they
the Diamond
related
Mind.
to Apollo Creed?
I don't think
Are they
so. No,
related to
no.
the
That's
band
completely different. I don't think so.
They're not related to the band Creed?
Nah, that is a good band though. That is a pretty good band. You know, my favorite song by Creed is Higher. That's a good song.
Because you like to get high? Do you like to smoke the marijuana?
I mean, maybe like Matt Riddle. Maybe like Matt Riddle does.
Like bad kids.
But no, we got the Dusty Cup finals here. I don't know, like, so we have Imperium feuding with the Diamond Mine.
Who's Imperium though?
Imperium, they're currently the tag team champions, and whoever wins this is going to be getting a shot at the NXT tag team championships. So we've been having Roderick Strong feud with Gunther as of late. And of course, you know, Julius and Brutus Creed, they're part of the Diamond Mine. So, you know, I really would be surprised if we have like a 6-man type of tag team match, or, you know, have a big feud with like Imperium and the Diamond Mine, and having Brutus Creed and Julius go up against who is it? Who's Imperium? I can't think of their names right now. Their names are blank in my mind. They're the tag team champions right now, but I can't think of them.
Wow.
I cannot think of them.
Wow. This
Marcel Bartel and Fabian Eichner. There we go. It came to me. So I wouldn't be surprised if Diamond Man goes up against them. But then again, MSK, you know, they're on their like redemption tour right now, basically trying to win back the NXT Tag Team Championships that they lost. They lost it to Imperium. And Matt Riddle went down there to help out, be like their shaman, and help out MSK on their journey back to the NXT Tag Team Championships. So, you know, I'm kind of 50-50 with this match here. Like, it could go either way. You know, I'm going to say MSK, they win the Dusty Cup for the second year in a row. Because, you know, last year they debuted around this time, and they won the Dusty Cup. So, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if they win it here again. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say MSK wins the Dusty Cup for the second year in a row.
I don't know how I feel about that one, Justin. I don't know.
No?
For me, I feel like what would be the point of MSK winning for a second time? That was kind of their like put you on the map on, you know, WWE's kind of spotlight. So why not allow this, you know, the young guns here, right? Well, I guess technically both of these teams are young. The grizzled, young, old-looking veterans. Oh, no, that ain't them either. Like why don't you just let them get this one? You know, let the Creed brothers come out here and establish themselves. What I do like about NXT is like it is nice to see some new faces. And it would be nice to see WWE kind of create some of their own stars. And I think having guys like and you know, maybe they have a stardom before I've seen them, but it is cool to see like, you know, the Creed brothers, you know, in the finals of the Dusty Classic against a team that's already kind of established in MSK. So I want to see this one, right? Like I want to see, like, I feel like this match will be good. I think it's a good clash of styles too, because, you know, I haven't seen the Creed brothers go at it before in terms of like in tag team action, because I haven't been watching NXT that much, but they seem very like an old school type of tag team. They seem like
they're very
ground and pound.
They do very much of the amateur wrestling, you know, the on the mat type of wrestling, you know, more like chain wrestling, you know, more of the ground and pound stuff, like you said. Yeah. They wrestle in college and stuff. So.
Okay, yeah, and that's why like I could see them. I could see them being like an old school style tag team, one of those tag teams that's like, you know, they're grimy and gritty. They get it done however they got to get it done, and that's how it goes. Like that's what I'm expecting from them. Like I'm expecting them to be kind of, you know, almost like the Revival, FTR, whatever, right? Like that's the style I'm expecting. Maybe not as unique as FTR was. I think FTR was unique for the time that they began in NXT, especially in that time of like the indie, the uber indie style. But I mean I'm going with the Reed brothers on this one. Chase, you still over there?
Oh, I'm still over here.
All right, just making sure. Who you got in this one for the Doosty Cup? The Doosty Cup.
I think that the Creed brothers, because Justin said that they like to get their opponent on the ground and pound them. Not in that way, kids. Not in that way. I think that they gonna get this one. They gonna win. They the up and comers. Yeah. And then maybe MSK finally gets sent up to the main roster and not used properly. Did I say that?
I mean that is very accurate there. That is very accurate.
Okay. All right, let's go to the next one. Pete Dunne, Pete Dune, as we like to call him,
Peter,
Peter Piper, going up against Tony D'Angelo.
No, they call him Pete. He calls him Petey Poppins. That's what he calls him, Petey Poppins.
Who the hell the dude with the hat? Who that is?
That's Tony D'Angelo.
Is that Aiden O'Shea?
Aiden O'Shea. That's Tony D'Angelo. He's very like a New Yorker, like a very. He got that New York kind of like accent. He took
Aiden O'Shea's gimmick.
He's very basically.
He's very Aiden O'Shea.
It's gonna be in a weaponized steel cage match. So basically, this whole feud has been around ever since War Games, ever since 2.0 beat the Black and Gold NXT. They had what's that?
There was a 2.0 versus NXT. What?
Yeah, and the War Games. You don't remember that? You don't remember that at all?
Nope.
Okay. Don't remember that? Okay, you need to go back and check that out because that was a pretty good match.
I feel like you should have knew that before we did this episode.
I mean, we did.
Who this blonde rapper though? Who the blonde rapper?
The M&Ms?
That's Eminem. That's the Eminem. Yeah.
It's not the M&Ms. It's not the M&Ms.
Is it the Skittles? The Skittles.
Is it the 50 Cent?
Nikita Lyon. She coming soon, they say. Nikita Lyon.
The Reese's Pieces.
Oh, that's the one they keep I know who that is. That's the one that they keep posting in the wrestling groups. Talking about they're gonna have to watch NXT 2.0 again. That's the new girl. That's right.
But basically, this whole feud has been so they had a crowbar on a pole match, which you know whose idea that's you know whose idea that is. That's like a Vince Russo idea.
That's my idea,
right?
Oh, that's your idea, Casey?
That's my idea.
Oh man, you better.
We're gonna have a pole on a pole match.
We couldn't get Judy Bagwell, so.
Which that was a pretty crazy match. Like when the ending of that match, when Tony D'Angelo pretty much fucking laid out Pete Dunne.
You were talking about the Judy Bagwell on a pole match. I was like, yeah, it was a pretty crazy match.
I mean, that was pretty crazy. No, when Tony D'Angelo. When Tony D'Angelo freaking laid out Pete Dunne with a crowbar, I thought he died. Then I could have sworn he died. I mean, a crowbar can hurt you bad. It could kill you. It could really kill you, man.
Is he alive?
He is alive, which I'm surprised. Which the following week they had a eulogy, which this is definitely main roster type of stuff that you would see. This is definitely Bruce Pritchard type of stuff or writing that you would see.
You talk about Bruce like that.
And then a couple weeks later, we had Pete Dunne return. He came back from the dead like the Undertaker.
His name is Peter Dune.
Peter Dune. Sorry, I'm sorry, I got his name wrong. Peter Dune. Peter Dune. Okay, he came back with a cricket bat. He just smashed the hand of Tony D'Angelo, and this is how the feud got. This is how this feud's going.
So he got a broken hand.
Yeah, he got Tony D'Angelo got a broken hand, because he got hit with that.
He's medically cleared to wrestle. Then
he got a cricket bat. I mean, I don't know. You got go talk to those WWE doctors. I mean, they'll make you wrestle during anything.
I don't think he's cleared. I don't.
You don't think he's cleared?
I don't think so.
But yeah, so we got a weaponized steel cage match. Now,
as opposed to a non-weaponized steel cage match.
yeah, man. Yeah, it's got some weapons in there, hanging on the sides of the cage and stuff, So
Is
when
there
we
a
see
machete?
wrestling, is there what?
Is there a machete?
There should be, but I think that might be too violent. That might be too violent for the kiddos. There's gonna be some GCW type of stuff here. We gotta have the light tubes. We gotta have the thumb. We gotta have the thumbtacks. We gotta have the scaffolds. We gotta have everything. We gotta have everything here. I think this is gonna be a pretty decent match here. Pete Dunne. He's a really good worker in the ring. Which Pete Dunne he has been doing some. Peter Dune. Is that there? Peter Dune. He's been doing some. Peter Dune has been doing some main event, or like he's been on main event, and he's been on like Superstars doing some of those matches, dark matches on the main roster. So I wouldn't be surprised if he gets moved up to the main roster soon, like after this match here.
So is Ciampa, right?
Yeah, he's been doing matches up there also. But I think that I don't know if Tony D'Angelo wins. I think this might hurt the career of Peter Dune. Peter Dune.
You think?
I mean,
that? Because Pete Dunne's done everything, right? Like, what's he got to prove in NXT?
He doesn't really have.
UK?
He doesn't really have much to prove, but like Tony D'Angelo, I just don't think Tony D'Angelo wins. Like he can afford
this
a loss.
might be like Tony D'Angelo's rub. This might be what he needs. This might be his time. Okay,
this very well could
what he was looking for.
This very well could be, but I think Peter Dune, he needs some.
It's the rubby rub.
He needs some. What's the word I'm looking for? He needs some.
He needs some milk.
He needs some.
What's the word I'm trying to look for? He needs some. He needs to have that, not the rub, but he needs to have like the motivation, not motivation.
He needs
that momentum. He needs the momentum to go up to the main roster.
His way. Is that what you're saying? Like,
yeah. He needs the momentum to go up to the main roster. He needs to go up there with a win. So I'm going with Peter Dune.
So you're just saying he needs a moment.
Yeah.
I still think he needs some milk. I'm going with Tony D'Angelo. I'm going with Tony D'Angelo. That's it. That's all. Justin said all I needed him to say for me and him. So I'm going Tony Tone. Tony Tone.
Tony the Tiger. Tony the Tiger.
Chase, what you think?
Well, I think that we all gonna be winners in this one. We all gonna come out winners in this one because it's gonna be a good match, and it's good. I have no idea. I'm going with the ref. Oh
Lord!
I'm going with the fella in the hat. I forgot his name already.
Tony D'Angelo.
He just looks so generic. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's pretty generic.
A more generic Aiden O'Shea, you must. Anyway, by the way, if you want to hear from Aiden O'Shea, we talked to him a while back. We had a little interview with the guy. Good fellow. It's a good fellow. Anyway, he was still employed by.
It's like if you combined Aiden O'Shea's gimmick with Sheamus's non-in-ring gimmick, you get that.
The beggar woman gimmick, yeah.
All right, we're gonna just so we can sound fancy here. We're gonna get our producer to go head to the next one.
You?
All right, toxic of all the toxic attractions. Well, toxic attraction. GG and JC. The champs.
No, get it right. Get it right.
And Parisia.
Get it right. Cheeks Dolan. That's what I call you.
Wait, Cheech and Chong? Cheech and Chong?
Indy and PP. Okay, because it's Parisia Parada. Anyway, Toxic Attraction gonna win this match.
This is an Indy match?
Toxic Attraction gonna win this match. I think Indy and them, I think they on the come up, but I don't think they're gonna get this one. But I think they're on the come up though. I think they're on the come up though. But I'm going with the attraction of the toxicity. Chasey, who you got?
So they're on the come up, like the Sixers were for 7 years. All right, gotcha.
And now we got James Harden, so we on the up. We guaranteed Eastern Conference Finals, right?
Wait,
right?
You guys got James Harden now?
Yes.
No, the Bulls. The Bulls are gonna make the finals.
Bulls, Sixers, Conference Finals. Bulls get swept. What?
Nah, that's the other way around.
Not a chance. Michael's coming back. He's going to get us another championship. Michael's coming back. Anyway, I'm going with the toxic attraction because you know what?
They toxic.
Oh. Yeah. That I didn't have anything after that. I don't know why I said you know what.
Okay. Who's Stino? Who you got?
Okay, so Paraja, I can't even pronounce it.
Who?
Paraja Peruda. Pepe. Yeah. Good Lord. So Perugia Parada.
You should just stop while you ahead.
Okay, Parada. I'm just gonna call her Parada. Okay.
Out to the Dikembe Mutombo.
And Indy Hartwell, they kind of been, you've been seeing like the foundation crack between them because, Indy Hartwell, she's been kind of more focused on her husband. Been focused on Dexter Lumis more than focused on the tag team matches that she had with her.
I forgot all about that.
And then apparently they're adding in Duke Hudson into this because
is Dexter gonna Loomis in the background?
That's
get it? Because looming in the back. What is his name? Yeah. Get it?
I get it. Yeah,
go home. Don't quit your day job.
Worst.
Go home.
I'm trying to get my day job.
ET go ahead and phone home.
But Parada, she's been kind of like digging what's his name? Duke Hudson. But Duke Hudson said what's up to Indy and go like, whoa, like we got something going on with Indy.
I say what's up to Indy. Oh.
What up, Indy? What up, girl? What you doing?
Yeah, so Duke Hudson said, hey, good luck in your match. Okay.
What up, Gigi? What you doing? What up, PP?
And then Gigi and JC Jane, they're trying to get in the heads. They're trying to split them up, go like, hey, you remember this picture? Like it was a picture with Duke Hudson and Indy Hartwell, they took a while back, like it was like on a Monday Night Raw. Like, and PP, she Parada, she knew nothing about that. She go like, what? Like you didn't tell me this? So you kind of see the foundation cracking there, So you got kind of like not a love triangle, but you got like a love square going on right now. And it is Valentine's Day,
Love octagon.
Yeah.
Love quadrilateral.
You got a square love. You got a love square going on. You got a love square going on right now.
Circle.
Love circle. Exactly. But no, toxic attraction, they're gonna retain here. I don't see them losing. They're gonna be dominant. And you're saying her name wrong. Her name is Cheeks Dolan. Because she got the cheeks.
The cheeks?
Yeah, the cheeks. Cheeks.
Do her cheeks cheat? What?
All right. Moving on to the next one there. To the next one, we got. Is this Mello is Money? Is that who this is?
Yeah, Mello Money. That's his name.
Mello is Money. Or Mello Don't Miss. Carmelo Hayes, the champion, going up against Mr.
What champion is he? Like, what champion is this?
They're like the United Kingdom champion. Now he the North American champion. Carmelo, not Carmella, but Carmelo, not Anthony Hayes, going up against Cameron, not Schmamron Grimes. I didn't have another celebrity I could think of named Cameron. So, because Cameron Grimes is the only Cameron that ever was. So I think Cameron Grimes gonna take us straight to the moon and get the win right here. I really do. I think this is Cameron's time for Cameron Grimes on some Cameron.
What about Cameron Newton?
Yeah. Cameron Newton.
What about Cameron Diaz?
Cameron Jordan.
Cameron Jordan.
Cameron. Wait,
Jordan Cameron.
You're right.
I'm going straight to the moon. All right, Justin, who you got on this one? Who you got there?
Okay. So, there really hasn't been much build up to this match, but I think this match is going to be good regardless on the build up here. I think this is not going to just be a one-time blow-off. Because Cameron Grimes is saying, hey, he'll do anything. He has the money right now. He has the cars. He has everything right now. But he's saying he'd give that all away in a heartbeat. He would go back to the trailer parks, going back to the way he used to live, being slimy Grammy, Cameron Grimes. I don't know if he's slimy, but he is grimy. He would go back to being that old Cameron Grimes, to do anything for that North American Championship.
Cameron Grimes? What about that one?
And Cameron Grimes basically done, he's done a lot of stuff here in NXT. But I have a feeling that Carmelo Hayes, he's going to win by, or he's going to, no, Cameron Grimes is going to win by disqualification.
Carmelo.
And I feel like they're going to have another match eventually in the future, and that's where Cameron Grimes will take the title. Because like I said, I don't feel like this is just a one-time match.
Okay.
Yeah, so I see a disqualification happening here. Like Trick Williams, I love Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes. Like, their promos are so hilarious. Like a few weeks ago when before that match that they had before Carmelo had with it was with Roderick Strong. Like, that promos that they had leading up to it was so hilarious. Like, yeah, you guys need to go check that out. Those promos, they are funny. Okay. But yeah, I see Trick Williams getting involved.
All right, let's see what Chase got to say. Chase.
All right,
looking for Chase.
So what we got here? We got Cameron Wake versus Carmelo Anthony. You know what?
That shouldn't have been that funny.
Because the Finns always get the wins. I'm going with Cameron Wake.
Wow, he really picking against straight to the moon. That's tragic. Hurtful. Just so hurt.
Cameron, I said. Cameron Grimes, Cameron Wake. This man don't pay no damn attention.
Let's jump to the main event.
No, we not jumping to the main event.
We jumping, we skipping, and we hopping to the main event.
And you tripping.
Are we rolling to the main event?
Stop, dropping, and rolling. It's gonna be fire. We got.
Wait, there was only like 4 matches. What?
It's 5
matches.
Five,
I think. We got the challenger and soon to be champion Santos Escobar going up against the champion Bronius Breakerus. Braun Breaker.
Bronius? I like Bronius.
I think it's been kind of cool to see Braun talk a little more lately. Like I said, I haven't watched a lot of NXT to know if he talked a lot before, but I don't remember. I remember him looking around and screaming most of the time when I watched. So it's cool to see him talk a little bit more. I think it shows a little more his personality, gets him out there a little more, gets his face out there, But he gonna have to lose to my boy Santos. That's just, El Legado de Fantasma is the best stable besides the Bloodline in WWE. So they on the come up. They on the come up. So my boy Santos gonna have to go ahead and take this one. He gonna have to go ahead and take this one from Braun. And he gonna send Braun where the other Braun went, So I'm going with Santos Escobar.
Okay.
Casey, who you got on this one? Or you want to go to Justin first? Let him kind of give you the breakdown of it and see.
I think I got this one. Because you know what? I'm going with Brontosaurus Breaker. Because
Braun Ceratops. What? No. Okay.
No.
Brontosaurus is an actual dinosaur.
Sure. Brontosaurus is not an actual dinosaur.
Yes, it is.
Bronicus Breakericus.
I'm about
Thank
to.
you. Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you.
Hold on.
Hey, what's up, Jasmine?
Hold on.
Is DJ actually, did he buy you anything for Valentine's Day?
Hold on just a second.
Bronericus. What, are we bringing Adam in?
Nope.
Oh, Lord.
Adema?
Check your messages, fool.
This man probably made a meme that says Brontosaurus Rex.
Well, I mean, you blew my
That's
cover.
not real. That's not real.
Brontosaurus is a dinosaur, you jerk.
I thought you was going for Tyrannosaurus, but with brawn. So
no.
that's probably what Jasmine was talking about because she's a big dinosaur fan. So she probably
Brontosaurus Rex Steiner.
Adam, you sound different.
How so?
Like your sound more crisp.
No botch.
No botching. Like no stuttering.
Wait a minute. Can you say crisp again?
Crisp. That's what he said.
Crispy cream.
You sound crisp. That's what that sounds like.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like, do you have like your AirPods in or something? Like, you sound different.
Now look who's mayor. First order of
You
business.
sound like you got one of them old school plug-in microphones. Not microphones, but the headphones with the little microphone on the side of it. It sounds like that.
DJ, is he watching me right now? Because that's exactly what I've got in my ears right now.
And then he's holding his microphone up like this to his mouth.
Yeah, I really am. This is very creepy because I have the camera on.
He's going like,
I thought we were going to talk about this shit show.
well, I want to talk about it, and I asked DJ if he wanted to talk about it.
and then Chasey just came on in, and then Adema came in too.
Yeah, and by the way, as I've stated before, I work full, unlike you. Oh, just don't have any bills.
Yeah, it's easy. Just don't buy stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Just like don't root for the Bengals.
Listen, they was cheated.
They didn't cheat well enough, so it sucks for them.
Hey, we're gonna talk about that in our next edition.
Hey, anything to make him whimper a little bit, since he was all chesty after the AFC Championship game. Now I'm gonna, stick the landing.
All right.
Because of the stupid Kurt Warner movie. That's why they won.
To a guy that looks nothing like Kurt Warner.
Adam, quick question: Who you think gonna win? Santos, who should win? Santos should win. That's the obvious choice.
Or gonna beat them Bengals?
The Rams.
Shut up.
The Rams.
I'm gonna go with Brontosaurus Rex Steiner Breaker.
Okay. Chase, I don't know if you got a chance to pick this one. Did you get a chance to pick?
I said Brontosaurus.
Oh, that's right.
Somebody call my papa. Somebody call my papa.
Justin, did you get a chance to pick this one?
No, I haven't. Japers. So I guess now anybody can go tweet to anybody on the main roster. Say, hey, I don't know what exactly.
I mean, that's Twitter works. You can just
Braun Breaker, he just tweeted Dolph Ziggler, say, hey, he was like, hey man, come on down to NXT, I'll give you this work. And then we had Dolph Ziggler randomly show up.
I'm sorry, that is quite literally how.
Wait a minute, just real quick. The site No DQ, whatever the hell it's called. They tweeted a picture of Adam Pearce with his cell phone. They said, "What is Adam Pearce reading?" And I said, "The list of the next releases."
I mean, that is true. This is true. But no, I guess anybody could just go down to NXT now. I mean, we had AJ Styles show up down there, which he had a little thing with.
I'm going to NXT.
Hey!
I think they have a do not allow in. And it's a
under 4 foot. If you're under 4 foot, you can't come in. If you're 4 foot or under, you can't come in. I'm sorry.
Are you taller? Wait. Serious question. Are you taller than that? Whatever the hell her name is, Candizzaro, who's like 4'2".
Casey Candizzaro.
I'm taller than her, I think.
I'm not exactly sure how tall she is.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no squares.
It was supposed to be wrong answers only.
Hey, I give you props for getting it right on the first time. God damn it!
No, but back to what I was saying. I guess anybody could show up in NXT now. I mean, first we had AJ Styles show up against Grayson Waller, giving him a little rub. And now I guess, or no, giving AJ Styles, showing why he's phenomenal. Why you don't call out the phenomenal one. And I guess that Dolph Ziggler, I guess that Braun Breaker called out Dolph Ziggler. And it looks like that we were going to be getting a triple threat match here, but Tommaso Ciampa came out and looks like we're going to be getting Ciampa versus Ziggler, a little mini feud between that, which could be very interesting. Which
Why
I'm
don't they just
surprised
put that on Raw? Damn.
I have a question for Justin.
Yeah, go right ahead, shoot.
Since anybody can go to NXT, can the Ass Boys Rod and Todd go to NXT?
Well, I mean, I feel like that would probably be inappropriate because NXT don't use that type of language, so they just be the Butt Boys. And
It's
I
their
feel like,
name. It is their family name, Rod Ass and Todd Ass.
I feel like the Butt
Actually,
Boys just doesn't have the same ring to it. I'm just saying.
Goddamn pal, what are they called? The Butt Boys? I love it.
actually,
The Fanny Boys?
there's this one chick that she's gonna be debuting soon. I can't freaking remember her name. But she was using some naughty language. She says, "I'm
It
gonna
was
beat
the blonde rapper, right? She's
that
the
rapper."
blonde
Yeah,
rapper.
she's like, "I go beat." She said something about beating the shit out of people. I'm like, damn, you can't be saying
Yeah,
that
it's
right now.
the blonde rapper that everybody keeps posting about because she's like thick with 5 C's or something. I remember people posting about her
I have not seen this at all.
because
I've
everybody's
not seen
posting
this
about
at all
her
either.
and being like, oh, I gotta go watch NXT 2.0.
But that one new chick on there, her name's Tiffany Stratton. She reminds me of like she reminds me of like a little bit of Tori Wilson, when she brought her little puppy out. Not the puppies. Not the puppies.
Listen,
you're thinking
this
about.
is a family show, sir. What
Hey,
are you doing?
Hey, get your head out together. No, but back on this match. Let's get on this.
You remember
off this
that
side of the
time that Miss Kitty had the mud match? That was awesome.
I like how Justin takes us off topic and then says, "But back to this match. We got to get back on track here."
We got to get back on track here, okay? Okay, hear me out, dude. Braun Breaker is going to retain the title, but I would like, the fan in me wants to see Santos Escobar take the title, but
Why?
I'm thinking with my head here.
Because Santos Escobar
He deserves a title.
Santos
it.
is my guy. He deserves it. Give him a title. Give it to
Braun Breaker is going to be a star. Do not take the belt off of him.
I agree.
Brontosaurus.
Hey, Adam, do you wanna pick the rest of the matches, or are you kind of just like on this
Sure,
show?
because as of right now, this is I lucked out, and this is where I chimed in because as of right now, this is the only match I care about. So
Okay.
what are the other ones on
Let's
this
go with another
fine
match
show?
you may care about, which is
Straight to the moon.
Cameron Wake versus Carmelo Anthony.
no.
The hell you just say?
I mean,
The hell are you smoking
what
over
would
there?
that competition be? Pass rush versus how would that work? Like they play entirely different things. But
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Jamar Chase versus Eric Weddle.
So Carmelo Hayes versus Cameron Straight to the Moon Grimes. Who you got, Adam?
Cameron Grimes. Come on. I want
Okay.
to. I want to see that wicked double stomp. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. That's all you want to see in the match.
That's all I
wicked
wanna
double
see.
stomp.
Bell ring, boom, double stomp. We're back in back in the back. Getting ready to party.
Okay.
Okay.
Next, you got the for the NXT Women's Tag Team titles. You got the Toxic Attraction going up against Indy Hartwell and Parasia Parada.
Time limit draw.
Okay.
I don't care.
The refs. All right.
The refs. Yes, literally. Is Drake still working? Okay, never mind.
Did you straight still have a job? Wait,
Ooh.
Also-
Ooh.
Weaponized steel cage match here. Tony D'Angelo versus Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne. I'm gonna go with D'Angelo.
Okay.
Really?
Woke up this morning and got yourself a gun.
All right, then you got, of course, the Dusty Classic Finals. Yeah, the Creed Brothers versus MSK.
I know MSK, but who?
The Creed Brothers. So they're part of the Diamond Mine with Roderick Strong and Malcolm Bivens.
You
It shows you
told me that
how
before.
well they've featured them, because I know Malcolm Bivens and Roddy. That's it.
And they're also, Roderick is feuding with Gunther right now, and the Paramount Tag Team Champions.
By the way, Adam, have you seen Gunther lately?
How he is becoming swole as fuck.
Yes.
It's awesome.
Which,
I mean, for the guy that said that he never wanted to leave Europe, money talks, and he goes, "Oh, you want me to, trim up a little bit, by all means." But the thing is, I don't want it to be any more than what it is right now, because I still like the fact that, he's obviously, humongous, but I don't want him to be a quote body guy.
Yeah.
Just a guy that just, he looks like if you met him at a bar that he would just smack the teetotal piss out of you. But anyway, in terms of this MSK, maybe, sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know.
That's
Young Guns might get
I don't know.
They're
That
both young.
one dude has an odd shaped head.
That's Brutus. Brutus, he has
Of course, his name is Brutus.
he has a weird nose. Like if you ever watch,
Does he own a barbershop?
he looks
Strutting and cutting, baby.
I don't want to say it. This is really bad. So I'm just not gonna say it.
We're gonna make sure we put you full screen for this one.
His nose looks like, or his face looks like.
I don't want to know.
Never
We
mind.
don't.
I'm not saying it. It's
All
just
right.
gonna be very
demonetized already in the first episode of the new season of the. But,
I want him to finish the statement.
I'll say it off camera.
oh Lord.
DJ, keep it recording when he does.
As always. Hope you guys enjoyed. He probably won't.
Already?
Yeah, that's it. That's the show.
It was a show.
Definitely hope you guys enjoyed.
Literally,
As
it was a show.
always. Anchor, listen to us. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc., etc. If you just Google the Instant Classic Wrestling
You want to try it again? Play.
Podcast, you will see and hear our faces and voices. Casey, I need a graphic stat that is says it's Googleable. Thanks. I think you have one already somewhere. We need that. We need that to be every time I say the word. I need that up on the screen. I'm hearing it in my ear. Our producer said he could do that. Okay, cool.
You mean our non-existent producer?
Yeah, me. So as always, hope you guys enjoyed the show. For everybody that came through, Justino, Adam, Casey, DJ, we'll see you guys on the next show. And shout out to Rabbit and Jasmine for being our live viewers for the night as well.
Yeah.
Until next time.
Booty.